Warning: the opinions expressed in this video do not represent YouTube, associations, agencies, or any particular individuals. They are merely from two guys needing to pass the boredom of their average day lives. Some explicit content may occur in this or future presentations. Viewer discretion may be advised, but ignored if you're into that thing.
Hey everybody, I'm Wild Man Wes.
And Wolf Benny.
And welcome to a special on-location episode of the Wild Wolf Show. As you can see, we are here in Brookfield, Illinois at the Galloping Ghost Arcade. Most of the arcades around the United States are gone. They're nowhere to be found. However, this place is one of the greatest ones in the Midwest. It has over 500 arcade games. And we're going to celebrate my birthday the only way I know how.
Play some video games.
Hell yeah.
What's going on, guys? We're in the Galloping Ghost right now. I'm about to play some NBA Jam. Oh yeah, he's on fire. I'm going for it.
This came out in the early 90s. I used to play this in the arcade all the time. And I went to St. Petersburg in Florida. They actually had one of these at one of their amusement centers. So I'm going to have a little fun on this one. Let's check it out.
Check it out. We're playing X-Men, arcade style.
Oh yeah.
When was the last time we did that?
At my place a couple weeks ago or something like that.
True, but then on the big guy.
So we're
on
gonna
the box.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing on the 4-player mode. Normally, when it first came out, they had a 6-player mode. So this one we can actually choose which characters we want. So we're gonna go have that. Technically, this game really didn't come out in the arcades. It's actually a port for the Sega Saturn as well as the PlayStation 1. Now, this is taking place off of the 1995 Street Fighter movie. Granted, the movie wasn't that great. I'm going to see exactly how bad this game is according to James Rolfe and whatnot. So, let's get to it. Well, just like the movie sucked, the controllers don't even work on this one. So, we're just going to have to do it.
Aren't you a little young for full contact?
Aren't you a little old for video games?
You want to go again, huh?
Yeah.
Nice fighting. I'm Ray Jackson.
My name's Frank Dukes.
Man, that was a low blow, man. I know, he's gone fetal. Better luck next time, sucker.
I'm a hero now.
Street Fighter 1. Now, at least this one works, and Street Fighter the movie doesn't, but hey, at least we're going to have some fun with it. It's such a generic character.
Oh, it's Joe from United States.
I know, right?
Totally a prototype for Nile. Never get the speed thing down. Alright guys, you can see I'm playing Bad Dudes. Now whenever I play this game, I always think of Parenthood. When Steve Martin's got his son at the arcade, they're playing this, and his son loses. He's like, oh, don't worry, they're bad dudes. That's why the game's called Bad Dudes. So, this little tidbit why I love this game.
So I'm standing next to Dragon Slayer. It's one of the first Laserdisc arcade games that came out in 1983, right before the arcade or the video game crashed. So we're gonna take a look at it right now. This with being out of frame and context, it's all random, so I just put on hard, so I don't remember exactly what to do, so I'm kind of screwed on this one.
Let's go back, guys. That was one of my favorites, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I used to spend like all the money I had, $10 to get sent to the arcade, spend it all on this one.
Every time I was at the YMCA as a kid, this video game would be here, and I would play all the time, anytime I could. I didn't even worry about going to the swimming pool. I didn't worry about going to the racquetball course. This was it. This was my childhood as well.
Right here. WrestleMania. I mean, how can we
And as you can see, if you want to put the camera over here as well, we also have WrestleFest and Superstars.
That's awesome.
Now, unfortunately, with the screen here, it's a little bit faded out. So, we're going to play a little bit of WrestleMania, give you an idea of, I think we're going to have to play against each other.
We might have to.
All right, let's do this. My boy Sean. Nintendo arcade game. This is Punch-Out, the original, prior to Mike Tyson. This one came out in the mid to early 80s, and it has some of your classic fighters like Glass Joe. It also has Bear Hugger from the original version of it with the Wii that had Punch-Out as well. And I remember playing this a lot as a kid when I used to go to like the Hampton Suites and whatnot, or the Marriott hotels up in Minnesota. So I'm gonna go with this.
Go. little bit harder, huh?
Yeah. Stupid.
Yo, I cracked the whip. You played the game. Every encounter that subtraction ever comes in my name. So that you came to become obsessed with my location. Clues to my identity, denied to the impatient. Step up, I sense you're on the precipice of something. Me, I'm on the brink of delivering your lumping.
So here we are in the Master of Operations room with Doc, the owner of Galloping Ghost. Thank you for letting us be here and do some
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like, you know, reliving our childhood all over again. Got all the cool games. We got games I forgot about, and then we play again. So yes, it's awesome.
So, big question. When did you start getting Galloping Ghost together? Like, when did you start the arcade?
Well, I opened my production company, Galloping Ghost Productions, back in '94, and kind of wrote the business model for what would become Galloping Ghost Arcade probably in 2008 or so. We opened up in 2010. Back in 2008, we were working on an arcade game, and there's a website that just opened called Arcade, which was trying to track what arcade games were at what locations. And I thought that was such an amazing idea, and so to help them, started going to any place that might have any arcade. And the big problem was there was arcade games out there, but none of them were they weren't playing properly. And then it kind of became like I wanted my guys that were working on this fighting game with me, I wanted to go play Mortal Kombat out in the wild. I couldn't find a working MK2 machine anywhere. And so I wrote this business model about having free play and just a ton of games, put high priority on the tech side of things. And it just kind of, it all happened very quickly. Like I found 114 machines for sale. The building all just kind of lined up, and it was not something that we really planned on, but just kind of everything was like, oh, we have to do this now.
So, out of all the arcade games that you have, when you promote, they have like about 500 plus games around the arcade. What would you say is like some of your highest commodities or like rarities? I mean, I've seen a couple different ones.
We've got over 130 machines that were the only arcade in the world to have them. We have 599 machines on the floor today. Number 600 is going on the floor tomorrow. Some of the rare stuff, we've got Arena, which is a prototype the artwork was done by the same guy that did Qbert. Fortunately, he's 5 minutes away, so he came in and helped make new cabinet artwork for it and everything.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
It was a game that never came out. It was only a prototype, and we were very fortunate to have about a dozen prototypes, thanks to just industry people that we know that remember working on all these old games. They're like, I think I have that in my basement still. And it's like, they're fortunate. They're very kind and generous enough to share them with us, and then allow us to share them with everybody.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Like I said, I can't tell you how many machines I've walked by that go to the arcade, you just pump all your money in there, real fast it's going, you go back to Mom, what happened to the money I gave you? Expensive.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles. That was the big thing. Ninja Turtles is one we point out often. That was the big thing. When we opened, it was $15 to get in. We've done 5 expansions so far, so we're $20 to get in now. But the whole thing to kind of, it's not just about money here. Like, it's not really about money at all. The whole thing is about, we want people to come and spend the entire day here. And that was really the worst part for me. I lived in arcades, and it was only a good time if you had money in your pocket.
Yeah, because I mean, we got here around like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and now it's going on 6 o'clock, and we still don't want to. Like, it brings our 6-year-old self back, and we don't want to leave. You know, it's
I
like
think that's the worst thing now.
Is
the arcades are dying out. We have so few. I mean, we had one in our mall that closed down years ago now. But I mean, I even got myself a box game from there. It's the old turtle game where you put the like the ping pong down, like the Kalinko. So I actually have that in my basement. That's just like how cool I remember the arcades.
Well, one of the other things is, for us, it's been a shame to see the decline of the arcades, and we've been very quick to help new arcades open. And so far, we've been involved in helping 18 different arcades.
Oh wow!
Literally, like most are in the U.S. We have one in Japan. We have one in Brisbane, Australia. We share our business model, our technical info. We help them set up events. We really want to be very open and transparent about how to make a good arcade. And because it's the worst thing in the world that they were on the verge of going away.
Oh yeah.
And right now, I did an interview back in December, and just saying that was something that we were really into doing, was helping people open arcades. And after that aired, we had about 60 people message us saying that, hey, we would love to get some inside information on how to do this. And some of them, it's definitely a tough road to open an arcade, and really hard to maintain it and promote it.
Yeah, because I mean, for me personally, like with the dilapidation of arcades now, the only joy that I can try to find now is soft modding like an old system and using emulation, and some ROMs work and some ROMs don't, and then sometimes you have to find a patch to make certain ones work properly, because sometimes the ROM sets the audio's gone, or sometimes like Altered Beast for Sega, I mean, it glitches out.
Yeah, like the emulation side, it's actually been, we don't allow any emulation here in the arcade. It's all original hardware. But having MAME out there, it's helped us numerous times. Even yesterday, we went, and MAME, what it's originally intended for, was to help repair old arcade boards.
Yeah.
So we still use MAME literally at almost every week. We're burning ROMs to make something on original hardware come back and bring it back and work. So
It's awesome. We appreciate the fact that you do that. Because there are some games that we still try to look for all over the place. And I happened to look on your website the other day that you brought back 8-Man. And I've been looking for that for a long time. I was only to play it on emulation, and I was a fan growing up as a kid watching the anime. So seeing that you got it, I'm going to have to look back out there and try to play it.
That's an awesome game. We put that out a little bit ago, but it was super well received, and that's one of the most satisfying things for me is a lot of the regulars that are here all the time, and they're very well vetted in the arcade scene. Same thing, we get people that travel in literally from all over the world to come play out here. Sort of put something out that these hardcore players haven't seen or heard of. It makes it like in the olden days when I would go to the arcade and there'd be a new game on the floor. I was like, what is this thing?
Yeah.
It's great to be able to see that in 2017.
Like I said, I mean, you doing the free play, that's awesome. $20, and then, I mean, we've been here for 4 hours, we've easily spent more than that, so that's just how cool it is that we can come in and just keep playing.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about running out of quarters. Like, that's awesome.
Talking with the industry people, that was the industry, was to get money from you as quickly as possible and get you invested in the game enough to where you think you're doing well that you'll put more money in. And talking with George Petro, who was with Midway back in the 90s, and Brian Colin, who was in Midway in the 80s and stuff. It's like there's so much insight that we've gotten from these industry legends that have made virtually every game that's out there. It's the mindset was it's all about getting money quickly, but keeping them having fun enough to invest more money. And here, just as the gaming industry has evolved, the mindset is so different. And the games were made very difficult back then. So if you're going by quarters, players quickly find out that they're not very good at video games often. And it's almost a deterrent. Whereas here, nobody's counting quarters, and it's just about the fun of the game.
It does make it more fun.
And very nostalgic for older generations of video game players, as well as bringing in newer generations. You bring your kids in here, and with the like Nintendo games that are coming out nowadays, like on the Wii and the Wii Switch or whatnot, or Nintendo Switch, and then you see like a Mario Kart arcade game, and then you try to tell them, no, this wasn't like this when we were kids, but you bring in a whole new generation. So it's just amazing. So,
Thank you.
Other than that, thank you for having us here.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for taking your time to talk to us, and just letting us shoot here. It's the coolest place I've ever been arcade-wise, man. I mean,
I always try to find time to make it out here whenever possible.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're only 45 minutes away, so I mean, definitely have to come back and do another episode here.
Awesome.
That'd be a blast.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, man.
compact disco.
So here it is, my Excalibur of arcade games. 8-man of Neo Geo. I am so excited, and thanks Doc for having this game put into Galloping Ghost. This is based off of an Japanese animation that I was a big fan of growing up as a kid, watching it on Sci-Fi Channel for Saturday morning anime. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Straight from the anime. I love that. The one thing that I loved about Neo Geo games is the fact that they actually, had quite a sound card in there where you have a lot of awesome music. That guy looks like Predator.
I was just gonna say it's Predator. God, he's so fast.
Continuous gameplay. We're a little bushed, so we're gonna wrap it up here today, and we'd like to thank Doc and Galloping Ghost for letting us do an awesome episode here. So until then,
guys, remember, check this place out. It's right here in Brookfield, Illinois, off of Ogden Road. You can't miss it. Awesome time. $20 to get in. All you can play. You make your money back in an hour.
Oh yeah. Until then, I'm Wild Man Wes.
And I'm the Big Bad Wolf Benny.
And we'll see you next time back in Joliet on the Wild Wolf Show.